Hey, what's up, everybody? It's David Rose with davidroseknows.com. And today is our first episode of the David Rose Knows live video podcast. Very excited to have you on today. So, as you know, and as I said in the previews, promoting this podcast, I'm simply going to be educating you as you prepare to go out and buy a new vehicle, trade in a vehicle, sell your vehicle, educate you with product knowledge, trade-in knowledge, credit knowledge, all of those things, and help you to understand what is going on in the process. Because unfortunately, not every car salesman in the industry is good at communicating or walking their customers through the sales process. And that is one thing I do, is walk my customers through the process and explain to them what's going on, what to expect from the very beginning. I sat down and do a needs analysis to help them pick the vehicle that is going to meet their needs, their wants, and their budget. And unfortunately, there's a lot of sales staff in the industry today that is not doing their job. And I hear it all the time of consumers who are complaining about their horrible experience. So I started this podcast to help educate you. That way you kind of have an idea of what's going on when you're at the dealership. Now today, I want to talk about credit. Credit obviously is an important topic whenever you're purchasing anything and you're going to be financing, including especially in the automotive industry. Now, first of all, let me explain something to you. One thing I deal with, I'll have a customer come into the dealership and they follow their credit score on Credit Karma or another form of credit monitoring. And then when we pull credit, the score that we pull and the score that they've been following are not the same. So let me explain to you why that is. So they're in the automotive industry and the mortgage industry, any industry that you go and you're shopping in, there is an algorithm that the credit bureaus create for that specific type of purchase that you're going to be making. So whenever we pull, we're pulling for automotive credit, so you're going to see a difference. But when it comes to companies like Credit Karma and other companies, the score is never, what they're telling you is never usually your actual score. So please don't be discouraged when you go in the dealership and you think you're an 800 score and you're really a 740, 750. It happens all the time. So just be prepared for that when you go car shopping. If you're using one of those apps, understand that your credit score is probably going to be different from the actual bureau that the dealership pulls if you're following one of those. Next, if you have bad credit, I want to talk to bad credit folks for a second. A lot of times people with damaged credit or bad credit think that they cannot purchase a vehicle at a dealership. That is simply not true unless the dealership's finance office doesn't know what they're doing. Now, let me say this. There are some scenarios where, unfortunately, the finance office cannot get you approved. But that's not always the case, because banks that dealerships work with have programs for people with damaged and bad credit to help them get back on track. Now, let's be honest, you're probably not going to get in the vehicle that you came in to the dealership hoping to get into, because the last thing the bank wants to do is to put you in a credit situation or a payment situation that they already know you can't afford, and they want to help you rebuild your credit. So, for example, when you come into, I'm at a Chevrolet dealership, whenever you come in and see me, we're going to be looking at our low-end priced vehicles, such as a Chevy Spark, the Chevy Trax, something like that, to help you reestablish yourself. An Equinox, something that is going to be on the lower end. But I always tell my customers who have credit issues, it's not a forever vehicle. It is a vehicle that you're just dating, you're not married to. And the whole point of that vehicle is to help you establish car credit, build your credit score, and show the banks that do auto lending, hey, I can make my car payment. I'm going to be a great customer. And then come back and see your salesman. If you're in this area here in Arizona, please come and see me. But come back in a year, 2 years, and trade out of that vehicle and get into a better situation with a vehicle. But know that you are going to start out in one of the lower priced low end vehicles. Now, what happens is folks with bad credit automatically assume that they have to go to a buy here, pay here lot. And there may be some circumstances where you have to have a car and you can't wait, and that's your only option if you can't get approved at the dealership. I understand that. But let me tell you why buy here, pay here dealerships do not help you. Most of them, not all of them, most of them do not report to the credit bureau. So it's not helping your credit at all. Not helping your credit at all. You're going to pay a very, very high interest rate. And most of the vehicles that they're selling to you for more than the vehicle is even worth. I don't agree with that process, but I don't do buy here, pay here. And it doesn't help you in a loan to value situation where if you want to come in and trade in that vehicle, a lot of times what's happened when I have a customer who is trading in a vehicle that they have or financed with a buy here, pay here lot, we're a lot of times trying to eat a lot of negative equity just because when you go that dealership or that car lot, they are taking a chance on you. And a lot of times they think that they're going to end up repoing the vehicle because you have bad car credit, you haven't had a good history. So just be cautious in that. If you don't have to go to a buy here, pay here lot, I would highly advise against it. If you're in the Lake Havasu, Kingman, Bullhead City, Arizona area, Las Vegas, come and see me here at Bradley Chevrolet in Lake Havasu City, and let me help you. And one thing I always do with my bad credit customers is sit down and have a consultation with you of other things you can do to reestablish your credit. And so if you're interested in that, please reach out to me. Call me on my cell phone, 928-412-9697. I love helping folks who are struggling with credit situations just because I love hearing the stories when I have a customer that comes back to me after they get out of that beginner car and say, thank you so much, man. Whenever I came and seen you, my credit score was in the high 400s, very low 500s, and you helped me get in a beginner car. And now my credit score is in the 600-700s, and they can buy whatever they want most of the time within their budget. So stay away from buy here, pay here. Go to a GM dealership in your area. I'm going to push General Motors just because I work at a GM dealership at a Chevy store, and I believe in the product. So I know that other brands such as Dodge Chrysler, Chrysler Financial, and Kia Financial, all those other brands have programs also for bad credit people, but GM Financial, who we go through a lot of times for that, has a great program to help get you back on track to reestablish yourself and then make your payments on time and get on the right path. Anyway, so reach out to me, and I want to help you. If you're struggling in your credit, let me help you. You can call me on my cell phone, 928-412-9697. Jump over to my Facebook page. Hit me up on Instagram at David Rose Knows, and let me help you make a great decision in your next vehicle, especially whenever it comes to reestablishing yourself. So, other things going on right now. Listen, before we go, thank you for tuning in. I'm not making these podcasts long. I don't see the reason to sit here for 30, 45 minutes and just bore you with automotive things. We're going to do weekly. I'll be doing different things, talking about different topics that are important for consumers today. So reach out to me, 928-412-9697. Visit my website, davidroseknows.com. Stop by and see me here at Bradley Chevrolet in Lake Havasu City, Arizona. You won't be disappointed. I want to give you a great car buying experience. Have an awesome week. We just came out of Labor Day. So hopefully you're all rested up as you get back in your work week. I hope to hear from you. Hit me up on Facebook if you're in need of a vehicle. Have a great week. Next Monday, we will be back with another episode of David Rose Knows. Have a great week, guys.